Welcome back. You're tuned into Market Fatafat, where we are taking you through all the stocks which are in focus today. And we have Chandan Taparia, derivatives and technical analyst from Motilal Oswal, now joining us on the technicals. And from our research team, of course, we're joined back by Ria. Hi, good afternoon, Chandan. Welcome to you. Chandan, you've picked out Granules as your first stock on the charts. Now, this one's done pretty well for itself. In fact, the entire pharma pack has been doing well. But Granules has given some good returns over the last 6 months and 1 month, like 12% gains. In fact, even today, it's spiked up since 1 o'clock. We're seeing a sharp spike up coming in. It's trading with gains of almost 4% in trade today. Tell us, what is the upside? Do you see this momentum continue for Granules?
Yeah, good afternoon. Thanks for having me. So Granule is one of the strongest counter which has given a consolidation breakout of last almost 55 trading session. It managed to surpass an immediate hurdle of 600-610 zone after the multiple attempts. The stock is holding well above its key moving averages, so expecting this momentum to do well to extend the next leg of rally. Nifty Pharma Index has seen the decent up move, and Granules also added some build up of long position. So recommending to go long with support of 600. Granules can head towards 650-655 zone.
Okay, so those are the levels, 650, 655 on the upside for Granules. From Chandan, let's move on. Talk about why Tata Power is in focus today, because its subsidiary, which is Tata Power Renewable Energy, has successfully commissioned the 431 megawatt DC solar project at Neemuch in Madhya Pradesh. Now, in an exchange filing, the company said that India's first large-scale solar project to combine single-axis trackers and bifacial modules spanning 1,635.6 acres has set a new benchmark for solar energy generation in India. This innovative project, which boosts efficiency by over 15%, was won through a competitive bidding process and built despite challenges such as rocky terrain and remote logistics. This is what the company has added. The management is confident that this project will not only reduce the carbon footprint but also strengthen the company's role in powering key infrastructure, including Western Central Railways and Madhya Pradesh Power Management Company. So, very positive news flow coming in, and on the back of that news flow, the stock is up 2.4%.
Alright, moving on from Tata Power to JK Cement. That's the name that you picked out for us. Tell us, what are you seeing on the charts for this company? Because cement pack has not done very well, but JK Cement is one counter which has done pretty well in the last 6 months. Also, 15 to 16% return. Tell us from here on, where does it go?
In a decent recovery into cement name, especially the Ramco Cement and the JK Cement, and both of these stocks have really done well. JK Cement, I have seen a recovery from the lower levels. Technically speaking, it has completed a rounding formation on the daily chart, surpasses falling supply trend line. We have seen a decent surge in last 3 days with the formation of higher top, higher bottom. It has surpassed its key retracement zone, so ongoing momentum could continue. With support of 44.50, we are expecting JK Cement to extend the rally towards 5100 zone.
Alright, so that's JK Cement on the charts. We did see a brokerage note also come out on the cement pack that the demand is likely to pick up in the second half. So it looks good for the entire cement pack. But we'll move on to a counter banking name that is doing pretty well for itself. In fact, HDFC Bank, one of the counters that is really holding up, in the green and also powering the Nifty as well. It has crossed its 14 lakh crore market cap today. It has become the third largest company in terms of market cap. A significant block deal that involves 21.7 lakh shares of HDFC Bank were executed. The stock gained, of course, taking India's largest private sector bank's market capitalization above 14 lakh crores in the morning trade. While the identities of the buyers and the sellers involved in the transaction still remains undisclosed, the deal's value is estimated to be around 392 crores based on the company's closing price of 1,804 rupees on the previous day. So on the back of this block deal, HDFC Bank is in focus.
Okay, so HDFC Bank doing pretty well for itself today as well as the last couple of trading sessions. But let's talk about your next stock, Chandan, that you picked out for us. It's Oracle Financial Services, also known as OFSS. If you pull up the charts, the last 6 months have been stellar. Year to date, very good moves. Year to date, in fact, the stock is up 1.5 times. So tell us, what's actually boosting all this rally when it comes to the stock, and do you expect this momentum to maintain going ahead as well?
Talking about last 6 months and 1 year, we have positive stance in Nifty IT, and this sector has really outperformed the broader market. Dow is holding well. We have seen recovery in the Nasdaq as well, and that is continuously supporting the buying interest in Nifty IT companies at Indian markets. So Oracle Finance is one of the strongest setup. Of late, it has been consolidating in a range from last almost 50 trading session. Today, it has given a consolidation breakout above 12,000 marks with follow-up activities. Technically speaking, high top, high bottom formation is clearly visible post this consolidation breakout. So expecting this ongoing momentum to take the next leg of rally, one can buy with support of 12,000, and I'm expecting Oracle Finance to extend this move towards 13,500 marks.
Right, that's Oracle Financials on the charts. But coming to you, Ria, Nazara Tech is what you have picked out for us. Tell us what's the news flow here.
So Nazara Technologies is in focus today following a series of strategic investments that they've made totaling around 196 crores. Now the company is making moves to expand its footprint across various segments in the gaming and entertainment ecosystem. They've acquired a 60% stake in a company called Funky Monkeys Play Centers for around 43.7 crores. They're going into the physical entertainment space through this acquisition, and they're also diversifying their portfolio beyond digital gaming, tapping into experiential play centers. They've also strengthened the gaming subsidiary of the company called Nodwin Gaming by infusing up to around 64 crores in primary funds in this company, enabling a further growth in the esports segment, which is a booming sector globally. Further, they've also approved an investment of around 15 crores to DataWorks Business Solutions, reinforcing their focus on the ad tech space, and around 4 crores in B Ninja Solutions, securing a minority stake in that company. Lastly, they've also approved an investment of around 69 crores in Absolute Sports under its ESOP schemes, enhancing the stake in the parent company called Sportskira. And analysts believe that these investments could drive the next wave of growth for Nazara Technologies. On the back of this, the stock is up around 1% right now.
Positive news flow coming in for Nazara as well. Chandan, you picked out Ultratech Cement for us on the chart. It's a name that we are hearing across analysts' radar. Tell us what's the outlook coming here, because while it has been a slow mover, it's been a steady mover nonetheless. So tell us what are the levels that you are spotting for this one.
A couple of cement stocks are coming on my radar, including Ramco, including JK Cement and Ultratech Cement, and Ramco Cement already has done well. Why Ultratech? I'm just checking here that earlier in the month of Jan 2024, it was finding hurdle at 10,500, and just 3 weeks back it took support at 10,500. So a clear example of role reversal, like previous resistances are now acting as a support and turning upwards, so that may start the next leg of rally technically. Already we have seen a decent surge in last 3 days. Longs are added, and in fact the rollovers were better this time from November to December series. So I'm expecting further uptick in the counter led by some short covering with support of 11,450. Ultratech this time can extend the up move towards 12,800 marks.
All right, that's Ultratech Cement on the charts, but let's move on to another counter that is in focus today. It was trading with gains of 3.2%, has cooled off those gains, but nonetheless trading up 2.2% is Mazagon Docs. This is after the company has announced the record date for its stock split, which it had announced at the conclusion of its board meeting on 22nd of October. And the company has fixed December 27, 2024 as a record date for the stock split. The company will split one share with a face value of 10 rupees into two shares of face value of rupees 5. Now this means that the shareholders who have shares of Mazagon Docs in their demat account before 27th of December 2024 will be eligible for the share split. Now this is the first time in the company's trading history that it has announced such a corporate action. While Mazagon Docs has issued the dividends in the past, it has never really carried out a stock split or has issued bonus shares in the past. This is going to be a first one of the stock split coming in on Mazagon Docs. On the back of that news, it's trading with gains of 2.4%.
Okay, so this stock split is actually making investors quite happy, and 2.5% higher is where the stock is. Chandan, you've picked out the biggest PSU bank there is in India, SBI, for us. Tell us what are the levels that you're spotting for this one, because last 6 months negative returns. However, year to date this stock is up roughly 30%. But last 6 months, pardon me, 4.5% return coming in. So tell us what's the outlook going ahead as well.
In a consolidation breakout of last almost 42 trading session, and the way data setup is being built, Bank Nifty has more potential to hit to new lifetime high than the Nifty this time. So earlier it used to underperform, now the banking index will outperform. I believe couple of private bank will be in focus, including ICICI Bank and SDFC, but your SBI can take the leadership in the PSU segment. However, it has been consolidating in a range from last couple of months, but major trend is positive, and we have noticed that every meaningful decline is being bought. Looking at the lower time frame, it completed a pole and flag pattern. That means it rallied from 760 to 850 and then remained consolidative for next 5 days and now giving the breakout. So this price pattern indicates immediate rally in the counter. So with support of 838, we can see a surge in price towards 880 in State Bank of India.
Alright, that's SBI on the charts, but let's slip into a short break. But before we do that, we at Times Network are back with our flagship event, India Economic Conclave, presented by IDFC First Bank, which has been the epicenter of igniting the right conversations pertaining to India's growth. The 10th edition of India Economic Conclave, through its aspirational theme, Fast Track to the Top 3, will chart a roadmap on how India can accelerate its ascent to becoming the third largest economy in the world. Now, IEC will feature the biggest policymakers, global voices, economists and corporate honchos. Tune into Times Network to witness all the action live on the 12th and the 13th of December.
Hi there, welcome back to Market Parafa. Thanks so much for staying tuned. Let's keep it going with all the big buzzers in today's trade, and let's talk about Gland Pharma now, because this news has come just a couple of hours ago that the drug manufacturer has received approval from the US FDA for its latanoprost ophthalmic solution. The approved drug is the bioequivalent and therapeutic equivalent to the reference listed drug Xalatin. This product is used for the treatment of high eye pressure and intraocular pressure in patients with glaucoma or ocular hypertension. The drug maker expects to launch this product through its marketing partners in FY25, and according to IQVIA, the product had US sales of approximately $111.6 million for the 12 months ending December 2023. So very positive news flow coming in, and the stock is up almost 1.8% as we speak.
All right, that's Gland Pharma on the back of news flow there. But let's move on to L&T, Chandan. On the charts, this counter has also, in the last 1 month, it has really started seeing an up move, 5% returns. Tell us from here on, where does this counter go?
So in last almost 6 to 7 weeks, we have seen decent recovery in most of the capital goods name, be it L&T, Siemens or ABB. And L&T is one of the strongest counter which got stuck in a range, but I feel now there should be the next leg of rally. Almost it has been moving in a range from last 1 year, starting from December 2023 to now till date. The broader range for the counter was in between 3200 to almost 3800 zone, and now it's going and heading towards the upper band of the trading range. So the long consolidation seems to be now coming for an end. However, on yearly basis, it is up by around 7%. So positive to range bound bias it has seen in the entire year. But now the breakout could be seen with support of 3600. This time L&T has potential to surpass its lifetime high of 3919 and rally towards 4200 marks.
To watch out for on L&T, but before we take it ahead, let's go across and listening to the Minister of External Affairs, S. Jaishankar, who's speaking in the Parliament on Indo-China relations. Let's go across and listen in.
Forces. On the 11th of February 2021, Raksha Mantri had again briefed the House about our disengagement agreement in the north and south banks of the Pangong Lake. Thereafter, in August of 2021, a third phase of disengagement took place in the area of Gogra, whereby troops would henceforth be in their respective bases. The next step took place in September 2022, pertaining to the Hot Springs area. Again, forward deployments ceased in a phased, coordinated and verified manner, resulting in the return of troops to their respective areas. The most recent agreement, the October 21 agreement, comes in the wake of the earlier ones. It completes the first phase of what we had agreed to in Moscow in September 2020. As members are aware, there is a long history of frictions, transgressions, and face-offs in several sectors of the India-China border. This goes back to Barahoti from 1954, to Longju in 1959, to Sumdurongchu from 1986-1995, and Depsang in 2013, amongst others. In the past, earlier governments have agreed to a range of steps to diffuse situations that have arisen at different times, including offers on our side to create demilitarized zones, limited non-patrolling zones, relocation or withdrawal of posts, disengagement of troops, and dismantlement of structures. Different locations have seen different solutions being examined. Where the October 21 understanding is concerned, our objective has been to ensure patrolling as in the past to the relevant patrolling points, as well as resumption of grazing by our civilians as per long-standing practice. This is indeed what we have agreed upon in regard to Depsang and Demchok. In a few other places where friction occurred in 2020, steps of a temporary and limited nature were worked out based on local conditions to obviate the possibility of further friction. This, I must stress, applies to both sides and can be revisited as the situation demands. In that sense, our stance has been resolute and firm and serves our national interests fully. The ensuring of our national security in this manner is the result of cumulative and coordinated endeavors of many parts of the government, obviously centered around our defense and security forces. The competence and professionalism of our services in this period was displayed in our speedy and effective counter-deployment. In the negotiations with China, the defense and diplomatic arms worked in lockstep to ensure that our national interests were comprehensively met. Sir, in that context, the House would also recognize that there has been a significant improvement in the border infrastructure, which has made such effective counter-deployment possible. This is reflected, amongst others, in the increase of border infrastructure allocations in the last decade. The Border Roads Organization, BRO, alone has incurred 3 times the expenditure level of what it was a decade ago. Whether it is the length of the road networks, of the bridges, or the number of tunnels, there has been a substantial increase over the earlier period. Notable milestones in recent years include the Atal Tunnel to Lahul Spiti, the Sela and the Nechifu tunnels to Tawang, the Umlingla Pass Road.
That was S. Jaishankar, Minister of External Affairs, talking in the Parliament. But we'll move on to another story. Are you planning a trip to Kashmir? Well, here's some exciting news for you then. And now you can book the famous Shikara rides on Srinagar's Dal Lake through the Uber app. No more haggling, no more middlemen, just a smooth prepaid booking experience with the government-approved rates. My colleague Yavar is getting you the report for this.
Dal Lake's Shikara rides are iconic, but until now, bookings often meant dealing with tour operators and taxi drivers, creating crowding at limited carts. With app-based services, tourists can now book their rides 12 hours in advance, select their preferred timings, and even explore quieter parts of the lake, like the scenic Western Boulevard opposite Nishat Garden.
We're very excited to introduce this service in Srinagar because the tourist inflow to the destination is only rising. We have seen not just Indian tourists but also international tourists come out in big number. And with this service, what we're trying to do is bring technology and tradition together. So this is a beautiful coming together, a blend of sorts of a timeless tradition that exists in Srinagar of Shikara rides. And we think the magic that we have brought through Uber of getting people, the rider and the driver connected for a car service, we can bring the same magic to Shikara rides.
Uber has partnered with the Dal Lake Shikara Union for this service, ensuring a fair and transparent process.
जो ये उबेर का आज ऑनलाइन सिस्टम होगा बहुत अच्छा हो गया टूरिस्ट के लिए इससे बहुत सुविधा मिलेगा कोई बार्गेनिंग नहीं रहेगा कोई कुछ नहीं और वो भी खुश रहेगा कि हमें कोई किसी ने ठगाया नहीं कुछ नहीं रेट्स में कोई रेट तो फिक्स होगा
There are over 4,000 Shikaras on Dal Lake. But now, app-based booking will ensure better distribution of visitors while giving tourists more flexibility. With Kashmir already seeing over 2.25 million tourists this year, this tech-driven approach is set to make exploring the valley even more enjoyable.
That it's a wrap on this edition of Market Fadafat. Thank you so much for watching. Ankita and I will take your leave, but you stay tuned to ET Now because closing trades is up next.
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to ET Now.